I'm Richard Neal with NuClassic Coats out of Morton, Arkansas. Most of you guys know me for building the custom hearses from the 30 area. So today we've got a really unique opportunity to go rescue a 1973 Oldsmobile Ambulance Hearse. And we're going to use our classic 1955 C-grade fire truck to make the rescue.
And I learned a ton about the old days, you know, with your family. You know, he goes, you know how the ambulance business started? And I go, well, yeah, you know, the funeral homes. He goes, oh, no, it goes back before that.
Yeah.
And I go, it goes back before? And he goes, yeah, the old general stores. I go, okay, now I gotta know this story. And he goes, yeah, they would sell coffins, right?
Yeah.
And he said, and about the only people that had wagons to take them to the house was the guys
in the hardware. Yeah.
So I was like, oh. And he says, you know, and of course you're in a small community, you know everybody, so it'd be absolutely rude if you didn't stay for the funeral. So, okay, I'm with you, that makes sense. And he goes, and well, you got the wagon, there's the coffin, you take it on.
Yeah.
I said, wow, that's quite a history.
Did he tell you the story about the coin toss? So going back to my great-grandfather, they were in the hardware and furniture business, and it got to where it was such a full-time job of taking the coffins out to the houses that one of them had to do it full-time. So they tossed a coin to see who would do it. My great-grandfather lost, and here I am today.
Yeah.
So, so we're still doing it. But my most favorite story that Dad tells about his ambulance days when the funeral homes were competing was they both run out on this call to a wreck out on the highway, the competitor and him, and they're jockeying, trying to pass each other and get around each other. And the other guys got there first, so Dad pulls up right on their back door so they couldn't open the back door, and he jumps out and grabs his cot. He goes over there and he's getting the patient out, and he notices he's rolling the patient out of the car. He looked down, he's like, I don't have green sheets on my cot. And he laid the patient down, and they had thrown his cot off in the ditch and put theirs there, and then they ran off with his patient. So yeah, that was the days when they just battled it out. Those stories are some of the best. I'm here with Gary Paget, Southern Paramedic Service in Brinkley. This is a classic that he drug up years ago. Gary, can you tell me a little bit about how you came about it? Tell me the story.
Really, it's a pretty short story. One of the paramedics that worked for me knew I was looking for it. He gave me a call and said, hey, I found 4 or 5. They're on eBay. Take a look. So we went through, looked at them. This one, conversion was done in Blytheville, I believe. And that's what attracted me to this one, because it was converted here in Arkansas. And so I called the guy up, and indeed, he was using it in parades, and we brought it back to Arkansas. Had a very short period of time, the engine went out, so had Jeff's repair, put a new engine in it, and it's been my intention to restore it for years, but you know, always something else comes up, and never really got a chance.
Understandable.
Yeah.
So basically, you drove it in here and parked it.
Yes.
Just drove it in.
Oh, absolutely. Drove it from Jeff's up here and parked it.
Ran like a top.
We're
going to try and get it running today. Hopefully, we can get her kicked off. Of course, we've got to deal with some flat tires. And we've got a few issues with the car that we're looking forward to fixing and doing a little bit of how-to on it. And that's real challenging stuff for most people. And it's going to be a fun project. And hopefully you can follow it over the next year or two as we fiddle with it. But what I'm most excited about is it's all there.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I don't know if you've looked, there's an old ambulance cot in it.
I noticed last time I looked at it, it
that's
had all
an
the gear
antique
in
in itself too.
No doubt. Again, thank you, Gary.
You bet. Take care.
All right. Well, I got my son RJ here with me. He's a little diesel freak, but I'm going to let him wrench today on an old school big block 455. So we're going to see if we can get this thing running. Got a little bit of a hood issue there.
Hinge look a little rusty.
Oh yeah, look at all the rat poo. Let's see what we got.
Actually not terrible compared to the other one I was working on. Just do a cheap insurance here.
Yeah, we check that out.
Hey, it's actually still somewhat clear, surprisingly.
Yeah, he said they had just had the motor rebuilt on it, and they put it in there. Look at the dirt daubers.
Throttle ain't froze up.
See if we can figure out the fuel line.
Don't look terrible down in there.
We'll get that battery in. At least see if it'll roll over. Military surplus. This is good stuff. A GMTK toolkit, General Mechanics toolkit, military. I love Army surplus.
And we have already lost a wrench. You come across a half-inch while you're in there.
Yep, that's what I'm looking for. There we go. I bet it's in that drawer somewhere.
Surprisingly, no arc right off the bat.
Oh, that's a good sign. Let's see if we can get it to roll over before I start putting fluids and stuff. Juice. Maybe she'll hit.
What's making noise? Oh, that's the pump.
Has it got an electric fuel pump on it?
I hear something running.
Let's stop. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. If the key will work.
Working tumblers around.
That's him fumbling around with it.
Ah, we have lights on the dash.
That's a good
Generator
sign. We have
full.
lights. All right, see what you got.
Contact.
All right, let's see if she's got fire. Hold on. Ignition on?
Yep, keys off. Oh, I'm gonna have to crawl off the ground and get out of this thing.
Okay, no spark. That means we need to brush those points probably. Old school points. New generation doesn't know anything about points.
About what size you reckon?
Medium size.
Medium size?
Yeah. Yeah, they're corroded up. I gotta have my glasses.
Wonder if we got a bad coil.
Yeah, it's the next step. The battery's probably dead, isn't it?
Probably.
Oh. Look at us go.
Getting spark, and he's talking about all this.
Yeah.
Well, that's laid on the radiator.
We might want to put that back in.
We'll call this the
I'm
whirly
glad I
bird.
found that, RJ.
You found it.
Yeah. So we got the points brushed up. We're going to give it a shot and see if we can get it to kick off before we start changing tires. See what you got, RJ.
Keys on. Contact.
Contact. Oh. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So now the next thing we got to do, we got fire. We're going to bypass the fuel tank system. So years ago, I came up with this idea to resurrect these things by taking a fuel can, and we've got a little 7 psi electric pump that we put on here, and we just bypass the fuel system, plug this in, and we will run it off of that. The problem we have is this can has developed a crack in it, so we've been keeping it on the horizontal.
As soon as he opens the cap, you'll see it start to trickle out the side.
It's a limited time proposition. So let me hook this onto the fuel pump.
There is a hose clamp here. You got one over there?
Yeah, that's
my spare one. I keep on there.
Yeah, that's the intake. This is output.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. See what we got. I hope I can get it on this 3/8. All right, we're going to need a power tool battery. And look in the power tool box or a jumper wire. See what we can get going. Maybe we can make it run off of its own.
I'm going to cross my fingers even though I'm not holding my breath. We know how this one goes. They sit and they get empty. Wheel seal's right. Oh, she's stuck on there. Oh, we want brake fluid. Would you look at that?
Whoa.
The rear reservoir's empty, but we have brake fluid.
We don't need no stinking brakes.
Hey, I'm trying to drive this thing home, right?
Yeah, on them tires.
Update. Brake pedal does not move. Something is solid.
Okay, RJ, see what you got.
Contact. Running. Might be getting ball fishing.
I would say put it in gear, but I don't think we're ready for that yet.
No.
Man, she runs smooth too. Look at that. That's what I'm talking about.
That's a flat tire if I've ever seen one.
Normally, there's a little handle latch that holds these on, but it's missing. But we did it the old school way. We do not want to lose these puppies. These are made of practically unobtainium. 50 some odd years old. Let's put them in a safe place. You get a car that sits so low to the ground, it's very difficult to figure out where you're going to get the jack under it at. Fortunately, these old cars are not made of plastic. You find your frame rail and take it right on up. Look at the dirt daubers. They're going to be homeless. Just don't want to mess up that rocker molding trim. Well, you do have the factory screw jack in your truck. Can you go any higher? I'm about maxed out. Because it's not that I can go any higher, it's just I'm getting lower. Let's see if I can get it a little more. Hey, that's really sketchy. Let's try it. Hey, see what you got. Maybe you can get under the...
Oh, God.
Deal of the day. Look at that.
At least it won't roll away from you.
That is a flat tire. Yeah, that's severely flat.
Limited edition.
Bonk.
You might want to take a look at the frame when you go to put your wheel on.
Oh, my.
See a
little crusty under there.
Little.
We call that live action weight reduction.
Yeah, okay. You're tightening your jack handle. Make your jack handles loose.
It's literally just picking the axle up.
It's not going up. You still got to go up to get the...
Well, here's the theory. If we flatten the tire just enough to get it on there, we can air it back up.
Got all tires swapped out, so we got round wheels, so they roll much better. The next predicament we got is the height of the trailer versus the length of the car. So when we go to put the car on the trailer, it's gonna drag bottom. So we've got to find a place or elevate the tongue of the trailer to where it matches and we can ramp it on up. So that's what we're trying to figure out now. And I think probably the best solution is we're just going to get the trailer on the pavement, we're going to disconnect it from the fire truck, and we're just going to crank the nose of it up as high as we can, and then we'll Dukes of Hazzard that thing on.
It has brakes.
So it just needed to move a little bit.
Well, it's one of those, I got in there, I hit the pedal and it's like the pedal was locked up. And I hit it, it stopped, and then it broke loose.
Moment of truth. Oh, we're gonna be fine.
You're almost on it.
Go!
Keep going, you're good.
You're almost there.
All right, we got our beautiful 1973 Cotner Bevington Ambulance Hearse combination loaded up. We're going to be taking her back to our shop in Walton, where we're going to start capturing renovations, fixing it up, and all the little this and that. So y'all stay tuned. Look forward to bringing you the next episode.